Adam, maybe start with Josh Kennedy. Where's he at now?
Yeah, he's probably a little bit in front of what we thought, so he'll be out of the boot this week, would have thought. So hoping to get him back into pre-season. So that's looking pretty promising.
Where does it put him for actual playing footy start of the year? Do you think he'd be right for round one JLT?
Yeah, we're hoping. Yeah, it'll be touch and go, but we're hoping that getting out of that boot a couple of weeks earlier will get us more of a look towards round one.
Is he someone that, given his age and the injury history now, do you have to be managed through a year in terms of giving him rests, multiple rests?
Probably not to the level of resting games, but we need to manage him throughout the week. We've got lots of players who we manage throughout the week, who are technically in full training, but get managed throughout the week, and he's one of those guys.
He's such a workhorse. Does he maybe have to, because he's getting older and maybe getting a few injuries, does he have to change his game a little bit? Will we see him maybe a bit more forward in the goal square as opposed to all the work that he does up the ground that we admire?
Probably can't get him much more forward than he is at the moment, but he won't change the way he plays. We just need to manage his loads. And
with his ability to keep on running and moving up the ground and then getting back, do you maybe woo him back on that, or is that just the way he goes?
That's just the way he plays. Yeah, I don't think you can manage someone in that sense. So that's what makes him so good. So, but to get him through a full season, and he's just on 30 now, so we need to manage how we prepare him. But that's the reason why he's so good, is because his work ethic and work rate. So yeah, we'll manage him throughout the week.
Just think he's tracking a little bit better than you first thought. Is there any reason behind that?
Just probably his attitude towards his recovery and his professionalism, really. And these things, sometimes you don't really know how they're going to pull up until after the op and after a couple of weeks in the boot, but it's all looking pretty good at the moment.
Does that give you a fair bit of confidence for round one, his professionalism, the way he does go about it?
Yeah, players these days, especially when you get to his age, they're just so professional. And that's the reason why he's an A-grade talent, is the way he prepares, not only for his opposition, but his body, his fitness, and the way he goes about it, it's second to none.
The ankle was something he picked up during the pre-season?
Yeah, a bit grumbly from last year as well. So, just one of those things that we thought, he could probably manage throughout the pre-season, but it just got a little bit sore, so just a little clean-up.
I think now out there again, he's sort of getting some consistency being out there with the group. That must be positive for you to see.
Yeah, look, he's back. He gets managed just like JK does as well. So there'll be days where he doesn't train, and there'll be days where he trains the whole session. So he'll train for most part of today, and he's tracking pretty well.
Is there a game you're targeting with him, Simo? Is it JLT? Will he play AFLX, or are you ruling out of that completely?
Oh, he won't play AFLX, but hopefully we can get some JLT games into him.
Yeah, do you target that last game against Freo potentially?
I would have thought so. Yeah, I mean we've got a bit of planning to do before we get to that stage, but most of the guys are on the track now, aiming for that last game.
Does he get contact work now? Have you tested him out?
Yeah, it's probably not the contact. It's more just the next phase of the match sim, the change of direction, all those sort of things, the progression that these things take. So he's just about ready for that now.
Have you had any intra-club yet or anything, or is it too early for that? Or
yeah.
When do you think you'll have your first one?
A couple of weeks. Yeah, I mean, most of our drills now that most clubs do as well will have 10 or 15 minutes of a bit of a match sim at the back end of training, but in terms of a full-blooded game, yeah, we're a couple of weeks away from that.
And would he potentially play a little bit of time in that, or is
he needs to. Yeah, by the time we get to that stage, all of our players are going to put their hand up for JLT, need to have a bit of match sim practice.
What will your approach be with AFLX? Do you think you'll have a pretty young team? I
think we'll go pretty young. We haven't quite worked it out yet, but we'll give an opportunity to some guys. It's a different format. It's 7v7. It's a pretty short game, and look, we've tried it a couple of times at training. It looks really good, really exciting, and we'll give some of our kids a good go.
And is it a matter of some of the guys who look good on the track when you try it out, sort of they get a go? Or?
Oh yeah. We're not basing our pre-season around AFLX, but it's a good opportunity for some of our kids to get together and play some pretty entertaining football.
Simo, Liam Ryan and Willie Rioli look like they're in pretty good nick. Do you see the JLTs, you give them a decent showing in that to see what they can offer? Yeah, look, they've put their hands up to play in that sense. A lot of our young forwards, it's going to be a bit of a different forward line. I've spoken about that before, but those guys, well, they had a different dynamic, and yeah, they've been pretty good so far. You went up and spent some time, I think, with Willie's family up there. How was that? Great, yeah. I took my boy up, and Jamie Graham and his son up to the Tiwi Islands for a week or so, just to get a sense of what
his heritage and history is like, and it's very unique up there. It's a beautiful place, and more appreciation of where the guys come from when they come from such a remote area, about how to fit in and get into a professional organisation. It's a pretty big step, but he's done it really well this season, and he hasn't missed a beat.
In terms of his playing weight, it looks as though he's lost a fair bit as well. His fitness level's up, I imagine.
Yeah, he pretty much tore the hamstring off the bone last year, so he missed 10 to 12 weeks of football. So Willie's had a really good break, really good pre-season. He's in pretty good nick. So yeah, it's hopefully we get some good games at him this year.
Ben Cousins is back at the Eagles. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, it's not really my area, but yeah, look, any support we can give him or any past player that's in need of it, but that's one thing the club's very good at, and I'm not surprised at all we've offered him a job.
Do you know what kind of capacity he'll be helping the club in?
No, I don't. No, it's not in the footy department, so it's not my area. But yeah, any way the club can help, I'm sure. Hopefully, he takes it.
So you won't have any real day-to-day contact with any of the players in terms of footy stuff?
Not at this stage.